Every time I make up my mind to focus on myself and focus on God, a man comes into my life or a man comes from my past and tries to distract me from my path with God.
The real reason you met the narcissist is spiritual. The truth is that the adversary, the devil, Satan, the enemy, knows the blueprint of your life. And if he cannot kill you physically, he will send you someone to severely delay you, severely distract you, severely cause an impact in your life so great that it will take you off the path that you're supposed to be on. What path were you on before the narcissist came into your life? Really think about that. The narcissist is sent to distract and delay you from the path that you are actually supposed to be on. But it is not too late, because through this knowledge, and you have to remember, scripture says that through knowledge will the just be delivered. Through this knowledge, the knowledge that you're gaining, you are actually realigning yourself to your destiny. It is never too late. It's not too late to get back on track. But you have to leave the narcissist alone. They cannot come with you, and they will never change. All right? Bye.
Hey guys, hey besties, and welcome back to the channel. Merry Christmas to you guys. I'm sure you guys are having a wonderful holidays, and I hope you guys are loving it just as I'm loving it. And since we have just 1 week to get into 2025, everything that was sent to distract us this year, bad friends, bad habits, bad relationships, bad men, anything that is toxic this year, we are closing it and we are cutting it off this week before getting into 2025. One prayer that I'm going to wish for all of you guys is to have an amazing year 2025, and a year that is filled with love, good energy, good vibes, more money, happy relationships, a healthy bank account, and just a comfortable life. This is all I wish for every one of you watching this video, all of you, my subscribers who are supporting this channel, watching my content, supporting me. You guys are my best friends. I love you guys so much. The reason I call you guys my best friends is because I basically spend 90% of my time talking to you guys. 90% of my time I'm on YouTube talking to you guys, because I just have so much love for you guys. I go through the comment section, I see how much we relate in so many things, and it's just encouraging to know that we have a whole sisterhood. I have a whole sisterhood on YouTube there to support me, to push me. There was a time I wasn't really online and I wasn't really active, and a lot of you kept commenting, kept reaching out in one way or the other just to make sure if I'm okay. Like, the love is so real, it's so genuine, and I'm so grateful for it. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a very important topic, and I feel like all the ladies watching this video, you need to watch this video to the end, because everything that I'm going to be saying in this video is very important. We are getting into a new year 2025, and there is a serious spiritual warfare against women. And the truth is, when the devil wants to destroy you, he is going to send you people. He's going to send you bad friends. He's going to send you toxic relationships. And God knows, a lot of us can relate to this. I'm going to roll the clip so you guys can watch. Then I'll be sharing a story time at the end of the video and just some of the things that I learned. Let's get into it.
You are naive because you don't believe that people can be inherently bad. You still think that people need a justifiable reason to do harmful or painful things to you. But once you've seen enough, once you've seen that people's lives come to an end, not by strangers, but by the people they trust most, you'll realize that you have very little reason to trust anyone. Once you realize that, you'll get to a point where people can earn trust with you, but you don't just give trust to everyone freely, because everyone doesn't deserve it. As children, we're taught not to trust strangers, don't go with strangers, but when we become adults, that concept is kind of just thrown out the window. We hang out with any and everyone. We bring strangers into our homes. We give strangers rides. I'm not saying that you should never do any of those things, but especially as a woman, you have to be extremely cautious doing any of this, because naturally we are physically weaker than men. If you are neurodivergent, other women assume that mentally you are weaker than them because your brain is processing things differently. So either way, you have to get to a point where you let people earn friendship with you. You let them earn respect, intimacy, and trust with you. But there's absolutely no reason to just open yourself up to any and everyone.
Okay, I don't know if anybody else can relate to this, but has it happened to you that right after you became a Christian, right after you got born again, somebody came into your life, like a guy, a girl, and you got into a relationship with them, and this person was an unbeliever, or they were just not a person of God, and that relationship distracted you from the will of God? Because this happened to me. And apparently this happens to a lot of other Christians, especially when they first get saved, is that you will all of a sudden get into a relationship with an unbeliever or somebody that takes you away from the will of God. They cause you to sin against God, whether that's through fornication or however else. They draw you away from God. They draw you away from church. They draw you away from the presence of God. And guys, that's simply because the enemy, the devil, sends people into your life too. He can send you a relationship. If you're somebody that is like desperately wanting to be in a relationship, or you want to be in a relationship, the devil has no problem sending you a relationship for the sole purpose of distracting you away from the will of God, of taking you out of the will of God, of causing you to sin. This happens really often. I mean, look at Samson and Delilah. Look at the children of Israel. God specifically told the children of Israel to stay away from unbelievers and not to be yoked with them, because he knew that those unbelievers would draw the children of Israel away from God. And it's the same thing that happens to Christians. And let me tell you something. No relationship that is ordained by God, whether that's a romantic relationship or a friendly relationship, is ever going to draw you away from the will of God. A relationship ordained by God is only going to push you further into God's will. If it pushes you away from God's will, if it causes you to sin, it is not of God, it is of the devil, because the devil sends people too. Be very prayerful about everybody that comes into your life. Pray and ask God to send you friends, to send you a relationship, only relationships ordained by God. And be very aware of the enemy's schemes and plots and plans. Pray, pray, pray. God bless you.
Every time I make up my mind to focus on myself and focus on God, a man comes into my life or a man comes from my past and tries to distract me from my path with God. It is so bad to the point where I'm sitting in my house minding my business. I call a TV mounting company to mount my TV, and baby, they send my exact type to that front door. And I'm like, what in the world? Because either this man that came to mount my TV is going to turn out to be my husband, or this man is going to turn out to be the exact same distraction that I've been telling you that I want to overcome time and time again. I'm saying all this to say, when you decide to fix your focus on God, of course, things that try to trip you up are going to come into your life, but you have to trust what God has promised to you. If it's not exceedingly and abundantly beyond what you could have thought or asked for, then 9 times out of 10, it's not from God. If it looks close to the real deal, but it's just not quite, it's just missing something, you just don't feel 100% comfortable, it's probably not from God. When you make up your mind to focus on God and to focus on yourself, or to focus on whatever it is in the season of your life, whether you say, okay, I'm gonna focus on eating healthy, and then you start getting calls for, let's have a lunch date. Oh, we're having a potluck. You have to be so locked into what you desire that you literally shut off everything, even though you might be starving in the very area that you are receiving an invitation to go eat at. Because sometimes the enemy shows up in the form of your greatest desire. He shows up in the very area that you feel like you are lacking most in. I'm telling y'all, I am in Dallas. I'm 3 months in. Of course I'm touch deprived. Of course I feel lonely sometimes. Of course I could use a little But man does not live by bread alone. So when the enemy is testing you, when you are going through your fasting season, connecting to God, saying, hey, God, I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on myself. Of course, the enemy is going to present to you an opportunity that is not what God is calling you to have or partake in. Just like when the enemy tested Jesus in the wilderness, he said, I know you hungry. You've been fasting 40 days and 40 nights. Turn this piece of stone into a piece of bread. Jesus had to tell him, man doesn't live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded from the mouth of God. That's how I have to communicate with the enemy. When he sent my exact type to my front door, I had to say, man doesn't live by bread alone. When somebody is inviting you to a potluck or out to eat, when you know you're trying to fast, man does not live by bread alone. Because he will send you the distraction in the form of your heart's desire, and it will look like what you want, but it will never be what you actually want. So for one of the first times in my life, I was able to say no to the stumbling block of a new man coming into my life. I'm lonely right now. I could use touch. I could use a friend. I could use conversation. I could use masculine energy. But I could also use a little more God. I could also use a little more time in my Bible. I could also use a little more time alone. I could also eat off the word. I could also get the intimacy that I'm missing from God himself. Especially because I know that if I participate in the things that man could have brought into my life, it would have just led to me falling into sin. The same distraction, the same thing that made me stumble so many times before. At some point, you have to recognize the pattern in your life. So when I say, oh my God, this guy showed up as my exact type, it was the spirit. And the only thing that kept me from falling into the trap that the enemy set is understanding that when God sends it, he's going to send it in the form and the fashion of his will. It's not going to include someone who is going to appeal to my appetite, to my attraction. See, what we've confused sometimes is we look at a person, we say, I'm really attracted to them. It seems like I've known them forever and I just met them. Yes, because that's a familiar spirit. You recognize that spirit at which they come from. You've been dating that same spirit your entire life. So here you are thinking, ooh, we have a connection. Ooh, I'm really attracted to him. They are the attraction and the connection that you have to your history when God is trying to deliver you to your future. So I'm here to tell you that when temptation comes knocking on your door like it did on my front door, in the form of everything that you are lacking right now, I need you to say no to it. That's how serious you got to be about your answered prayers. That's actual faith, saying no to everything in your path that is not the thing that you prayed for. That's faith.
The devil doesn't come as a red monster with a tail, but he comes looking like everything you ever wanted. When the enemy wants to destroy your life, he's not going to send you any type of guy. He's going to send you the guy you like, your type. He's going to send you your type. He knows what you like, so he's going to send it to you. It's going to come as a package. In fact, the enemy is going to deliver this guy at your doorstep. He's going to bring, even if you're not out there looking for a guy, he's going to bring this guy to you. This guy will come to you and this guy will mess up your life. He's going to send you a tall, handsome, chocolate, dark-skinned guy, cute, well put together. He has his shit going on, has a lot of money, extremely good in bed, knows how to satisfy you, understands your body. He's going to send you someone who is exciting, someone intriguing, someone mysterious, someone that you don't really know so well. A guy who is going to keep you on your toes. That's the kind of guy I'm talking about. A guy you're going to be excited about. You want to talk about him to all your friends. Oh, I met this guy. He's handsome. He's tall. He's cute. He's this. He's that. But guess what? This guy was sent by the devil to destroy you. He was sent by the devil to distract you. And it's along the line that you're going to discover it. There are a lot of us women who have come across this type of man. And we ended up going through that phase to realize that when it comes from the devil, it's always exciting in the beginning. It's always exciting. Like there's a lot of chemistry. You're just all over each other. You just want each other so badly. But when it's too exciting in the beginning, something doesn't seem right. When a man is everything you want physically, but not spiritually, not mentally, not emotionally, then guess what? He was not sent by God, because God is not going to send you a half package. God is going to send you the total package. And most of the times, this situation is a lustful situation. Like this relationship is not built on love, but built on lust. You're just lusting over their physical features. You're carried away probably by the sex. You're carried away by the way he makes you feel most at times in the bedroom. Or you're just carried away by the chemistry, the sexual tension between both of you people. But guess what? A man who has only that to offer is not a total package. Because if the only thing that excites you about him is his body, it's a relationship that is built on lust and not love. And do you guys know when the devil is going to send this guy to destroy your life? When you're about to get a major breakthrough. When God is about to transition you to another level. When you're trying to fix your relationship with God. When you're building a relationship with God. Or when something big has to happen to you. Guess what? This is when the devil is going to send this guy to distract you, to derail you, to just push you off track. And before you know it, you're back to doing things that you're not supposed to do, back to old habits, drinking, smoking, out there in the street, doing the things that are not going to benefit you. You're not focused on your goals. You're not focused on your business. You're not focused on the things that are going to improve your life, because there is an agent of darkness in your life sent by the devil to distract you, derail you from your life purpose, make you question yourself. That is why along the relationship, you guys are always arguing, you guys are always quarreling, you guys are always at loggerheads with each other. There is no peace in the relationship. He's insecure, he's controlling, he's abusive, he beats you up, he's toxic, selfish, manipulative. This isn't someone sent by God. The devil will send a toxic guy into your life when he sees that you're trying to better your life. You're trying to make decisions that will elevate you. You're trying to change from bad habits. You're trying to become the better version of yourself, the best version of yourself. He is going to send distractions. A guy or friends, a guy who is bad for you, toxic, manipulative, a guy who is going to put you through trauma, stress, depression, or he's going to send you friends who are going to derail you from your life purpose, friends who mean bad for you, friends who want to see you dead, friends who want to stop your back, friends who badmouth you, who talk about you behind your back, who try to bring you down behind your back. He's going to send the wrong people in your circle so that these people can destroy you, so that these people can bring you down. And you sit and you wonder why things are not going well in your life, because you're surrounded by a toxic guy who doesn't mean you well, and you're surrounded by friends who are fake, who secretly hate you but pretend to like you, friends who go behind your back and destroy things that concerns you. They try to stop your back, they try to stop your money, they try to make sure that you don't get the good things out of life, because they are working behind the scenes against you. And there you are, you don't even have an idea about it. This is what happens when the devil wants to destroy your life. He is going to place you in the company of wrong people. And I'm making this video so you guys should be very careful, because when the devil comes, he comes like everything you ever wanted. You're going to have a friend who would love bomb you, who would show you that they are loyal, who would do everything to make you fall in love with them. And before you know it, they start doing snake shit. They start behaving like a snake. They start being jealous. They start behaving like every other fake person that had come into your life. He sends the wrong kind of man to your life. There are a lot of girls who have encountered abusers, murderers, rapists, cultists, ritualists, men who just wanted to use them to destroy them. Do you really think that these men were sent by God? No, they were sent by the devil. We come online, we watch stories of girls talking about how my boyfriend wanted to sacrifice me for rituals, for money rituals. My boyfriend wanted to kill me. My boyfriend raped me. My boyfriend did this to me. Like, we've heard a lot of situations of women getting killed, getting abused, getting raped by some guy they were talking to, by some guy who wanted to be in a relationship with them, by some guy who they thought genuinely liked them. They were killed by these men, raped by these men, abused by these men. Do you think these guys were sent by God? They were sent by the devil. Just the other day, I read a story online of a 13-year-old who was lured by an abuser. And this guy not only raped her, he raped her, murdered her, and had the audacity to ask for a ransom from her family. Knowing that she was dead, he still wanted to exploit her family. And probably, who knows, if he wasn't arrested, they would have sent him the money, and he would have probably dumped her corpse somewhere and escaped. This is to tell you guys that there are evil people out there. The evil truly lives amongst us. It breeds amongst us. God was not a fool to tell us that the heart of man is desperately wicked and seeking for evil. So as you're getting into 2025, have it at the back of your mind. A lot of us good people, we think because we are so good, we don't wish bad on people, every other person is like that. If you're a good person, have it at the back of your mind that not everyone is good like you. Don't expect people to treat you the way you treat them. Just because you're open-hearted, you're kind, and you're always willing to help people, you're always willing to help others, lend a helping hand to anyone who is in need. Guess what? Just because you're kind to people, it doesn't mean that they are going to be kind to you. Most of them won't even reciprocate the same energy. There are a lot of people that you will help, and they will sit and say trash about you. They will talk down on you like you're nothing. But these are people that you helped. There are people who are wicked, people who are evil, people who are ungrateful, people who are selfish, and they live amongst us. Evil truly lives amongst us. Because for someone to orchestrate a well-masterminded plan to lure someone, rape them, murder them, and is still able to ask for a ransom from the family, this is a clear-cut example of evil living amongst us. Look at the case of Shankila Robertson. Till today, we don't know whatever is going on, but this girl traveled with her friends out in Cabo. They ganged up on her, killed her, and they even had the audacity to post a video about it online. There are evil people out there. There are evil people out there. Evil truly lives amongst us. The heart of man is desperately wicked and seeking for evil. If there is one thing that I would say to each and every one of you watching this video, pray for discernment. Pray for the ability to follow your intuition, because guess what? God is going to show you. God is going to warn you. God is going to warn you about people. He's going to show you red flags. That is why there are always red flags, to make you know the kind of person you're dealing with. But most importantly, pray for discernment and pray for the ability to follow it, to trust it, to believe in it. Because God will show you the signs. He will show you the red flags. Everyone who has ever heard me in this life, God showed me a sign in one way or the other, but I decided to ignore it because I had love for them. Because I couldn't just believe that I'm this good person and someone is going to do bad to me. That is why I would say, when you're an empath and when you're a good person, know that there are wicked people on earth. There are toxic, narcissistic, selfish people on earth who want to use you, exploit you, abuse you, and even kill you. So pray for discernment, but also pray for the ability to trust it. Because the truth is, when you see the red flags, the devil will keep tempting you, pushing you to be with these people, to be around these people, giving you hopes on why you should stay in that toxic relationship, on why you shouldn't cut off this toxic friend, or why you should still hang around this guy that for some reason your energy is rejecting him. But no, just because there's so much sexual tension, this lustful energy between both of you people, you want to be around him, even though your spirit man, even though your instincts keeps telling you to avoid him. But no, because we have given ourselves to fleshly things, we are carried away by relationships, emotions, sex, you stay in that situation with someone who God has clearly showed you who they are. God has clearly warned you, revealed their true nature to you. But no, you stay hooked there. Before you know it, you're having sex with this guy, you've created a soul tie, a trauma bond, you can't get out of the situation. You're stuck in a toxic relationship. Every day you're battling in confusion. You don't know if he likes you, you don't know if he loves you, because one minute he's this sweet person, the next minute he's a beast. You don't know who you're dealing with. Anything that comes from God will not come putting on a mask. It's not going to be two-faced. You're not going to be in this state of confusion. Is this person an angel or the devil? You're not going to be in that state of confusion. But if you have to question it, if you have to second guess it for 1 minute, if you have to question this guy for 1 second, then it's probably not from God. There are distractions that were sent by the devil to shift you and drift you away from your purpose. Let's say you wanted to get a degree, you wanted to go to school, you wanted to do your master's or probably get a PhD. The enemy sends this guy to your life. Before you know it, your whole focus is on your relationship. You lose focus, you lose track, you don't even know your purpose anymore. All the goals that you set out for the year, you can't even achieve them. Any project you had placed to set out for the year, you can't even fulfill that project or complete it because you are stuck in a relationship with a distraction that was sent by the devil to derail you. He's stressing you out. You guys are always at loggerheads. You're quarreling, you're arguing. You start questioning yourself. You don't believe in yourself anymore. You lose your confidence. You're there battling with depression because of this relationship that the guy has put you through. Or let's say you set out to go to school, get your degree and do whatever you want to do. You couldn't get your degree, you couldn't get your PhD, you couldn't get your master's because this guy got you pregnant. He baby trapped you. And now everything that concerns your school, everything that concerns you getting the degree or whatsoever, you have to keep it on hold because this guy was sent by the enemy to delay you. This guy came into your life, delayed you, wasted your time, and left you heartbroken, depressed, stressed, questioning your self-worth, doubting yourself, feeling insecure. But you were a very happy person. You were a very happy person before you met him. But when you guys broke up, that's how he left you. Broken and damaged. And do you think this is a man that was sent by God? No. So you need to be very careful with the people that you allow come to your personal space, come to your life. The ones who want to kill you, poison you, drug you, rape you, do things, horrible things to you. There are wicked people in this world, so you guys should be very careful. Do not lose focus in 2025.